Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Kayla Slater and I will be your yoga teacher for the day. Let's get started laying down on the mat with the knees wide, feet together, one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. Close off the eyes, start to bring yourself into the practice. Hug the knees in towards the chest, rock from side to side, massaging out the spine and hips. And then take hold of the knees and bring them around in circles. 3 going one direction, and 3 going in the opposite direction. Good. Take hold behind the knees, start to rock and roll back and forth a few times, coming all the way up to seated, and then scooching your bottom back towards the back of the mat, finding a cross-leg position. Walk the hands forward, folding over both legs. You might stay up on the hands, maybe the forearms come down to the mat, keeping your bottom firmly planted. Breathing here. Start to walk the hands back in, switching over the cross of your legs, coming back into your fold. Walk the hands forward, round the spine, breathe. Walk the hands back in, roll over the knees, finding tabletop. And then tuck under the toes, send hips high, downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet, drawing each heel down towards the mat one at a time. Inhale, lift up to the toes. Exhale, draw the heels down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. And lower. Settling into your strong downward facing dog. Remember, it's okay if your heels don't make contact with the mat. That's just the general direction that they're heading. On your next inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Adjust the back foot for warrior one and rise. Arms reach high. Relax through the shoulders, pulling that left hip forward so the hips are squared off towards the front of the mat. Exhale, open up into warrior two, adjusting the back foot parallel to the back edge of the mat, reaching the arms wide. Flip over the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Gazing up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back, lift the chest, and fold into your humble warrior. Right shoulder towards the inside of the right thigh. Head and neck hangs heavy. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, step back to plank, and then drop the knees down for tabletop. Wave out the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round. Tabletop. Tuck under the toes, send hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Adjust the back foot for warrior one and rise. Breathing here. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Checking in with that back arm, keeping it level with the front, gazing over the front fingertips. Flip the front palm, reach forward, find length, and reverse your warrior. Gazing up towards that top hand, pressing down evenly into both feet. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back, lift the chest, and fold. Humble warrior. Stay with the breath. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, step back to plank, drop the knees, and set your tabletop. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Again, lift the chest and round. Coming back to tabletop. Sending the left leg back and the right arm straight out in front, bird dog. Trying to create a straight line from the wrist down to the ankle. Breathing here. And release. Inhale, right leg kicks back, left arm reaches out in front. Stabilize. And release. Shift forward, coming down into Sphinx. Separate the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Elbows under the shoulders, lift through the chest. Belly is engaged. Hips are pressing down into the mat. Lower the chin down towards the mat. Press the feet down and lift the chest, coming up into high cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. And lower. Good. From here, send the arms back by your sides. Lift the chest. Breathe. Now lift the feet. Point the toes. And release. Right side of the face comes down to the mat. Belly down, Shavasana. Let the whole body sink down, regaining a bit of strength. Bring the chin back down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest and arms, reach back. Now lift the feet, point the toes, breathe. Wonderful. Release. Left side of the face comes down to the mat, belly down, Shavasana. Chin down to the mat, place the hands under the shoulders, tuck under the toes, and lift all the way up into plank. From here, wave the body back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step or hop into Malasana at the top of the mat, hands to heart center, lengthen your spine, reaching your bottom towards the ground. Rise, powering through the legs, arms reach high. Exhale, arms by your sides. Stepping to the back of the mat, hands to heart center. Inhale, step forward with the right foot. Exhale, warrior three. Flexing the left foot, pressing the heel towards the wall behind you. Hips stay squared off towards the mat. Breathe. Inhale, rise. Stepping to the back of the mat once again. Hands to heart center. Inhale, step forward with the left foot. Exhale, warrior three. Trying to create a straight line from the head all the way down to the ankle. Remember, it doesn't matter how low you go, hinging to your level. Beautiful. Rise, release, arms by your sides. Stepping forward to the top of the mat, inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, fold over both legs. Bend the knees as much as you need to, shifting the weight towards your toes, keeping the heels down on the mat. Grab opposite elbows here and start to rock from side to side, releasing through the low back. Head and neck hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, straight legs, flat back. Exhale, place the hands, step it back to plank. Drop to the knees and lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step or hop your way through to seated. Plant your bottom towards the middle of the mat. Tilt back, setting up your boat pose. Take hold behind the knees. Lengthen your spine. Maybe you start to hover the feet off of the mat, reaching the arms out in front, balancing on your sit bones. Release. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Coming back, resetting your boat pose, Navasana. Hover the feet, reach the arms by your sides. Breathe. Feeling this through the core and the hip flexors. Release. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Little modified cat and cow. Reach the arms out in front. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck come last. Once you're all the way down to the mat, hug the knees in towards the chest once again, rocking side to side. Good. Now take hold of a strap if you have one. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt, a scarf. Send the right leg straight up to the ceiling with the strap underneath the foot. Your left foot can stay planted on the mat with the knee bent. Or if it feels okay, you might start to straighten out that leg. Keep flexing the right foot, pulling the leg into your level. Shoulders stay down on the mat. Switching legs. Strap goes under the left foot. Send that leg straight up to the ceiling. Remember, your right foot can stay planted on the mat with the knee bent, or if it feels okay, you might straighten out that leg. Keep the shoulders down and breathe. Good. Release, setting your strap off to the side. Reaching the arms out by your sides in a T shape, palms facing down. Hover the knees about a 90-degree angle, and then drop the legs over to the left, taking your gaze to the right for a spinal twist. Make sure your shoulders stay firmly planted down into the mat. Bring those legs back through center. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right, taking your gaze to the left. Breathing here. Beautiful. Inhale back through center. Hug the knees in towards the chest once again, rocking side to side. Plant the feet. Send your arms by your sides with the fingertips brushing against your heels. Inhale, lift the hips for bridge. Make sure not to turn your head while your neck is compressed. Keeping your gaze either towards your belly or eyes can be closed. Option to clasp the hands behind the back, tucking the shoulders underneath and lifting your hips a little bit higher. Moving deeper into your back bend. Good. And release. Take the soles of the feet together, let the knees open out wide, one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. Ending the same way we started. You can pause the video here if you'd like and hang out in your final resting pose a little bit longer, maybe a traditional Shavasana with the legs out long and arms by your sides. Or if you're ready to move on, begin to hug the knees in towards the chest, rocking back and forth, making your way to a comfortable seat. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our practice. Namaste.